Hello and welcome back to my channel. It's so great to have you here hanging out with me again. In this video, I'm going to give you the good and bad traits of Pisces and then give a bit of a guide giving you the top 3 do's, the things to do in order to bring out the best in your Pisces, and the top 3 don'ts, which would be the things not to do. This way you can do your part to make sure not to trigger your Pisces into behaving from the negative traits. I'm also going to cover the cusps of Pisces and how being born on the cusp will affect their personality. In addition to that, I'm going to give you the biggest difference between a male Pisces and a female Pisces. And last but not least, I'm going to give you the best soulmate matches for Pisces. So hopefully if you have a Pisces in your life, this will help you to deepen the connection and create a thriving relationship with the creative, romantic, and spiritually aware Pisces. This info will apply to Pisces Sun as well as Pisces Moon. Okay, no more wasting time. Here is the good and bad of Pisces and a quick guide on how to get the best version of them in a relationship. Let's go. Okay, so here are some positive traits of Pisces, and then I will give you the top 3 do's in order to bring out the best in your Pisces. So some of the positive traits of Pisces: they are sensitive, compassionate, loyal, and caretaking. We know that all of the water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, perceive the world through their emotions. But when it comes to picking up the impressions and feelings of the people and things around them, Pisces is extremely in tune and receptive. And because of this, the behavior and energy of their surroundings can have a very big effect on how they're feeling. So they are for sure sensitive, which can be a good thing because you always know that they're going to be in tune with what's going on with the person that they're in a relationship with. The sensitivity also comes into play when a Pisces is dealing with someone that they care deeply for. They will have an open mind and heart and will do their best to understand what that person's going through, so they are definitely compassionate. Now, when the relationship is going good and your Pisces is feeling loved and excited by the relationship, they are definitely loyal. Not only because they're satisfied, but because they would never want to hurt someone that they love when the relationship is going good. When it's not, that's another story. But they are for sure loyal when they're at their best, and one of my favorite things about Pisces is that they will step up and do whatever it takes to make sure that someone that they love has the help that they need in any given situation. So they are for sure caretaking. Now, in order to do your best to make sure that the Pisces in your life is operating from these positive traits I just mentioned, here are the top 3 do's when it comes to a relationship with a Pisces. Number 1. Do be supportive. Here's the thing, a Pisces is a very powerful energy, but they are also a very emotional energy. So when they're feeling good, there is nothing in this world that they cannot accomplish. But when they're feeling bad, it is very difficult for them to focus and handle what they need to handle. So having a supportive partner really fuels their confidence and brings out the best in them. So if you want the best version of your Pisces, support them and be their cheerleader, because it will be better for them and you and the relationship. Number 2, do be optimistic. This goes right along with being supportive. Pisces are very capable of seeing the big picture, and they know that there is both good and bad in all situations and things. So they can go both ways. And because they are very susceptible to energy, it is important that you maintain an optimistic perspective when you are with your Pisces, because they will pick up on that energy and implement that energy into their life and their being and the life of the relationship. So you'll be much better off looking at the bright side of things as opposed to being negative Nancy, which will only lead your Pisces down the dark hole of victimhood, which would work out for no one. Number 3, do be emotionally expressive and available. Because a Pisces is so connected to their emotional world and affected by how they feel, they need to be with someone who is open and loving and willing to show and express that love both verbally and physically. So if you want the best version of your Pisces, don't hold back, because Pisces is not the type to be in a relationship and be cool with not having sex or not spending time together and not being connected emotionally. They don't see the point in being with you if it doesn't feel like the two of you are together. So if you want to keep the connection with your Pisces, be open, and be expressive with your feelings, and it will fuel their drive and desire to be with you and to make sure that the relationship is working. Keep these dudes going strong and you will experience the good times, connection, and excitement with your Pisces. Now, if your Pisces gets triggered to anger, then get ready for some intense drama, because it may take a lot to truly upset a Pisces, but once they are pushed to that point, it is very extreme. And here's what you can expect from the dark side of Pisces. They can become easily confused, discontent, secretive, and emotionally manipulative. Now, Pisces, as intelligent as they are, can lack practicality. That's actually where they have a conflict with Virgo so easily. And when a Pisces gets upset, it's like a tidal wave of emotion which almost short circuits their emotional thinking for a moment. So they absolutely can be easily confused when they're triggered to the dark side, which also leads them to go from the anything is possible dreamer to the everything sucks pessimistic. So during these times, you wouldn't be wrong if you called them discontent. And Pisces, like all of us, has a dark side, and when they shift to that dark side, being open and honest is not the first thing on their list. So they will keep a secret if it means that it will help them avoid negative consequences while also serving the purpose of giving them an opportunity for momentary pleasure. And when they've shifted to the dark side, they can use that emotional intelligence of theirs to work you over and manipulate your feelings to get you to see things the way that they want you to see them, or to get you to do things the way they want you to do them. So it would be fair and accurate when they're operating from the dark side to say that they are emotionally manipulative. So it's obvious that it's your best bet to make sure not to do the things that will trigger your Pisces into switching to the dark side. So to help you on this journey of staying on the good side of Pisces, here are the don'ts. Number 1, don't be overly critical. Pisces is naturally empathic in the way that they are highly affected by the energy around them. So if you're the type of person that looks at the glass as half empty, or if you're pessimistic or you're overly critical, then your energy brings them down and brings out the worst in them. So if you want to bring out the best in your Pisces, then don't come at them pointing out things that you don't like and complaining. If there's something you want to address, instead of explaining what you don't like and why you don't like it, just share with them what you would like, and you'll get a much better response from them. Number 2, don't be controlling. This is one way that Pisces can be a bit different than Cancer and Scorpio. And it's not that Cancer and Scorpio like to be controlled, but they do understand rules a bit more. And they understand that in a relationship, to have some rules set in place can be a very big part of staying connected. Well, Pisces are not big on rules because it makes them feel confined, and feeling a sense of freedom is very important to a Pisces. So don't attempt to throw a bunch of rules at them and then expect them to be good with that. Pisces are more than willing to do the things that make you feel loved, but they also need to feel like the two of you came to certain conclusions together. So it would work in your favor to discuss possible solutions to problems and come to mutual agreements, as opposed to expecting them to just follow your rules because you're upset. Because if you expect that, you will be disappointed. Number 3, don't be closed-minded. We know that Pisces are dreamers, and that's a beautiful thing about them. And in order to be a dreamer, you must have an open mind. So if you approach them from an uptight, closed-minded perspective, they will reject that energy. Not to mention, when they get emotional from being triggered, they become very difficult to deal with. And approaching them from a closed-minded perspective will be sure to trigger them to that anger. Then they respond with having a closed mind themselves. So then you're both just being hard-headed and stubborn, and you'll never see eye to eye with that sort of situation. So approach them with an open mind and an open heart, and you will get the same in return, and things should run smoothly, and you can focus on being in love and enjoying life together, as opposed to fighting and proving who's right and proving who's wrong and being unhappy in the world of disconnect. Okay, so now that you have the do's and don'ts, it's important to know that there are many different versions of Pisces, because we are not just our sun sign. And for the different versions of Pisces with regard to how they will be affected depending on what their moon sign is, just check out my video titled The Top 10 Things You Need to Know About Dating a Pisces. The second half is all about the different versions of Pisces based on their moon sign. And if you're new to astrology and you don't even know what a moon sign is, then check out either of these 2 videos where I explain exactly what your moon sign is and why it's so important. And if you don't know your moon sign, just go to astrologyguy.com, put in your birthday info, and find out. Now, the biggest difference between a male Pisces and a female Pisces is this. Although they are both extremely romantic, when it comes to being able to keep that romance and loyalty consistent, the Pisces man finds it much more difficult. This is because although both versions of Pisces have strong intuition, when it comes to love, the Pisces man has a much higher return of picking the wrong partner. Not to say that the person he picks is a bad person, but he has so much complexity and so much of a need to change and to be unique and to have unique experiences that he finds it very difficult to remain focused and satisfied. So it is very important, if you're in a relationship with a Pisces male, to find out exactly what he requires in order to maintain excitement with the relationship. Make sure to also tell him what it is that you require. This way you are both doing your part to make sure that the other person is feeling cared for. Now, the Pisces woman is very complex as well. However, when it comes to love, she has an easier time staying focused and staying loyal to the relationship as long as she feels loved. They are both very sensuous and very attentive in a relationship, and you can for sure count on the experience with your male or female Pisces as one that you will never forget. Now let's talk about cusps. So for those of you who are new to astrology, cusps basically means those people born right when one sign is ending and another sign is about to begin. So there are 2 cusps for each sign. For Pisces, the first cusp would be those of you who are born from February 19th through February 23rd, right when Aquarius is ending and Pisces is beginning. This would make you a Pisces with Aquarius tendencies, which means you are a lot of fun to be around because having a good time is at the top of your reasons for being alive. Not to mention, you will also have major determination and a good sense of organizational skills. You will have a natural ability to make money. You're a great problem solver because you can be objective even when dealing with a very serious issue. And when it comes to love, you need a person who is complex just like you in order to appeal to all the parts of who you are. Not to mention, if they aren't complex, and I mean complex in a good way, just meaning they are multi-layered in terms of having a lot of depth and many different interests. Anyway, if they're not complex, you can get bored pretty easily. Now, those of you who are Pisces and born from March 16th to March 20th, you are a Pisces with Aries tendencies, which means you have deep powers of observation and you are drawn to the unique and unusual when it comes to people and when it comes to ideas in general. You have a very decisive and strong personality that has the ability to make a major impact, and you also have no problem executing any plans concerning your goals. No matter who or what stands in your way, you're going to make it happen. You can have a bit of a temper in comparison to the usual Pisces, but once you express your feelings, you move on pretty quickly and you get over it. When it comes to love, you can be flirtatious and your likes and dislikes change pretty frequently. However, once you commit and you are truly in love, you are very devoted and loyal, which leads me to the next topic, which is Pisces and their best matches for soulmates. So I'm going to break this down into 3 categories. First category is the best matches for Pisces in no particular order. So the best matches for Pisces would be Taurus, Cancer, Scorpio, and Capricorn. In the second category are the signs that can work for Pisces, but it will definitely be tricky and it'll take a little extra work. These signs would be Aries, Gemini, Leo, Libra, and Aquarius. The third category would be the most challenging matches for Pisces, and those signs would be Sagittarius and dating another Pisces. And you guys know how I feel about anti-signs dating each other. There will be an initial attraction because opposites do attract, but because they are polar opposites, there will be some major challenges seeing eye to eye in some very specific and important areas. And for that reason, it is very challenging for a Pisces to date a Virgo. Now remember, I am a firm believer that you can be with anyone if you're in love and both of you are committed to growing together, having good communication, and always doing your part to stay connected. You know what I always say, love, that's all and that's enough. And by the way, click on the link in the description below to get this awesome love t-shirt. Not to mention we have the power t-shirts and the dating each sign t-shirt with the top 10 list on the back of the shirt. So check those out. Purchase one, support the channel, support me. Okay, back to the regularly scheduled program. But this is just to help you in understanding where the challenges will come into play and how big those challenges would be. But like I said, this is general information because it's only based on just one placement, and knowing the entire chart, the moon sign, the rising sign, and Venus placements are going to play a major role in compatibility as well. So it is important to do a compatibility breakdown on the entire chart if you want the compatibility to be as accurate as possible, because just sun sun sign compatibility will mostly indicate if you have things in common and how differently or similarly you will see the world intellectually. But you will have to check moon signs for emotional compatibility and Venus placements for how the two of you experience pleasure and the type of energy that you're attracted to and why. Also remember that if you have Pisces moon, this video will resonate, but think of it more as explaining how you are emotionally as opposed to the overall disposition of your conscious mind and how you see the world. So there you have it, the do's and don'ts of dating Pisces and some extra info on cusps, the biggest difference between a male and a female Pisces, and a compatibility breakdown when it comes to finding a soulmate. Hopefully this helps you if you're in a relationship with or interested in being in a relationship with the adaptable, intuitive, and always down to explore the mysteries of life and love Pisces. I really hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button. Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. Thank you so much for taking the time to hang out with me, and I will see you in the next video.